wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast. So don't get her pissed. It's Jason, called Suck Spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and snacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Well, hello. Welcome to the KVJ show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
Tell Bird is ready for a little World Record Wednesday today. He's got on a pizza outfit.
Oh, yeah, I got to keep my losing streak alive.
Yeah, that's right. It's going strong.
Which amazing feat will you blow today?
We call this a streak when you lose this much.
Yeah, it's
this
good.
often.
It's consistent.
I got a streak. But it's just going to make the winning taste oh so good when it happens.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be delicious. In fact, there's a food challenge that has to do with World Record Wednesday today. Yeah.
We're going to bring my two worlds together.
Yeah.
Karate and food.
Yeah. I saw Jaber was doing a little bit of scouting last night as well and made a good discovery on a new Pop-Tart.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. That was going to be what's on my mind. But
Sorry about that.
No, let's delve into it right now.
We got to get to the important stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
we
true.
are basically journalists.
Well, I kind of feel like a jackass because I pride myself in finding new snacks for the people. Even with my taste buds out, I call myself a snack hunter, Virginia. A snack hunter.
Letting people know about the great snacks, where you can find them and how much they cost.
Well, I've done this before, and then people send me lovely emails going, Bird, I took your advice. I went to Publix or I went to wherever, and I got the snack. Thank you. Food brings people together.
Yes, it does.
So it's on the Pop-Tart. It was the pretzel salted caramel flavored Virginia, and it says new on the front of it. So I didn't do any research, but I'm thinking, all right, the good people over at Pop-Tarts, they're not going to lie. It's clearly a new snack.
Okay.
I put it up there, and people were giving me crap, going, Bird, this is not new. It's been around for a while.
Oh, it has.
Oh.
Oh no.
So
It lost a lot of credibility.
How
there.
embarrassing
Well,
for you.
here's my question. How long can you call something new?
Well, our
3
old radio
weeks.
station in Miami, it's still called new, and we signed it on, 8 years ago?
I mean, the nerve of them.
Yeah.
You old?
You ain't new.
You are not new. Radio stations do that all the time.
Yeah.
The buzz back in the day, the new buzz. But I've been listening to this for 15
They'll
years.
do that for a radio station. Will be new for a decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But would you say if it's been out for longer than a year, you can't call it new?
I think so, but then you could have the argument it's new to you. And I guess that's maybe how they justify it. Well, it's new to a lot of people. People don't know.
I felt embarrassed,
I know.
humiliated.
A year seems, like that's it. Once you hit an anniversary, you're no longer new.
The other thing, too, people said that was not a good Pop-Tart, did not get good reviews. I can't taste them because of my taste buds, but the reviews were not good.
Well, it's part of it feels a little unnatural. And, to Virginia's point, she doesn't eat snacks that are in cellophane.
No.
And to get all of those taste combinations together, they're probably just throwing in chemicals that taste like that flavor, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a Pop-Tart. It's small. It's slim. You can't cram a lot of stuff into that.
But there's some Pop-Tarts that are amazing. This one right here, this is the strawberry.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. This is the frosted cherry.
Okay, yeah.
These are delicious.
It's a classic.
Are you not a Pop-Tart?
I just don't do Pop-Tarts. I don't do cellophane pastry. You know I'm a snob.
Gosh, it's
Yeah.
really hard to talk with you sometimes.
Well, don't then. Leave me alone.
Me and Kevin are trying to have a serious snack debate.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's not fresh, I don't eat it.
I know. Pop-Tarts are a big part of my life. Probably responsible for a good 45 pounds.
Well, there's some crappy ones and there's some really good ones.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, absolutely. So Jaybird is going to be incorporating Pop-Tarts into the World Record Wednesday. It is going to be coming up here today. So that'll be something fun to watch. It's going to be happening right before 8 o'clock here. You can see everything that happens on this show. We call it Kvj Tv. It's up on YouTube. You can watch it live or on demand. Just go to your flat screen TV and look for the KVJ show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
The New England Patriots announced yesterday that they cut Cam Newton.
Yeah,
I
they
know.
did.
People
they
were
did.
texting me saying, "Does Virginia know?"
Oh, yeah, they did.
I've been happy dancing all morning. I'm so excited. Yes, he is out now. Sources say the Dallas Cowboys are interested in
Okay.
speaking to him. Don't know where that will go, but when bad things happen to Cam Newton, I'm a happy girl.
Yeah, why is it you hate him again?
He's a pig. He's disgusting.
Okay.
He is rude. He's obnoxious. He is cocky, and he only does nice things when cameras are rolling.
Are you able to cite some examples of why you hate him? Because there's kind of
Because I've seen him doing a lot of really awesome, nice things.
Whatever. I've seen him be a complete ass hat.
great with the kids, Kev.
Oh, they love him.
When cameras
They
are
love him.
rolling, he's great.
Great with the kids, Kev.
Yeah.
Whatever. I see
He's
you.
beloved.
I see you, Cam Newton.
Okay.
Mike Richards is now not only not going to be the host of Jeopardy, he's no longer going to be the executive producer of Jeopardy. I guess the heat had continued to come for Sony, which owns Jeopardy, and they put this statement out saying, look, we had hoped that as soon as we said he wasn't going to be the host, that people would calm down, but I guess people kept coming for Mike Richards.
How did they think it was going to calm down? I mean, do they not live in the world?
I know.
Do they not know how people are? You think people are going to calm it? No, that wasn't enough for them.
Well, we called his firing about two weeks ago, I think.
I just couldn't
Yeah.
believe he was staying on as the executive producer, and that's why I thought there might have been some kind of weird thing where he did that on purpose, but clearly I guess not.
Clearly not, because now he is
Yeah.
not the executive producer of Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune. They fired him from that too.
Dang, nothing.
Dog.
Nothing. Wow.
And Abba, finally here, is set to make a special live stream announcement. I don't know what they're going to do. There's rumors of a tour. There's rumors of a reunion of Abba, the band. They released their catalog of music on TikTok, and now everybody is making TikToks to Abba music.
Oh, it is fantastic. It's really, I think it could take off because most people don't know ABBA.
You're
And how
right.
great it was. It was masterfully crafted pop songs from the 70s. They were so good.
And they haven't been together in a while, so it's an event, and
Yeah.
there would be some hype around that. I think that'll do well, honestly.
And putting it on TikTok is brilliant because now all these young people on TikTok are like, these songs are great.
Well,
Yeah,
keep in mind,
right.
too, they are way popular in other countries. I mean, it's not just America that we know and love ABBA.
Yeah, so make sure you're around 5:45 tomorrow, I
Okay.
guess. They're going to make their live stream announcement about what ABBA is doing.
I love seeing the old dogs do well.
Because you are one.
Exactly.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
All right, Jaybird, you got anything else on your mind here today?
Oh man, I got too much on my mind.
Okay, I figured.
I got more things to talk about, but you can skip me if you want.
Of course I don't want to skip you.
So we had Steve-O in on Friday of
Yeah.
last week, and he brought his dog in, and I was really just spending so much time with his dog.
Yeah, I think you said you were molesting it.
Yeah, it was very funny. He said, "Thank you for molesting my dog the whole time." I got a lot of comments from KVJ Nation saying, "Bird, you look so happy petting the dog. When are you gonna get a new dog? Are you gonna get a new dog?" And I think eventually I will. I still don't want to get one right now. For whatever reason, it just doesn't feel right. And
You have to wait till it feels good.
It really, I so agree with you, Virginia, because I still do have sad moments about Chewy, and it's just, it doesn't feel right in my heart or my spirit
And
to get a new dog yet.
Here's what could be happening too. It's not time for you yet because the dog hasn't presented itself yet. I feel like when the universe wants you to get a dog, you're going to rescue a dog and it's going to just kind of fall into your lap, and it's going to be a situation where you're going to save this dog and this dog's going to be so appreciative and it's just going to work out.
I agree
Don't
with
force
you.
it.
Yeah, I'm not going to force
Don't
it.
force it because it will happen for you because you love dogs.
I do.
And you love rescuing, and it will. It will happen.
It's just not the right time
There'll
yet.
be a situation where a dog just kind of falls in your lap. I know it.
Yeah, I still miss Chewy so much. I think it takes a while for people.
Sure.
Totally.
I do.
Yeah, everybody's got their own timing. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, my family's been here. They evacuated from Hurricane Ida, and they made their plans yesterday. They're going back. My sister is an ICU nurse, so basically at the hospital where she works, they have Team A and Team B. So Team A stays during the hurricane and the aftermath, and then Team B moves in, and I guess Team B has been called back. So everybody has to come from Team B. They leave tomorrow to go back. There's no power. There's no running water in the city. You're not allowed to flush your toilet. And if you do flush your toilet, you could run the risk of sewage backing up from your neighbors. So you could have a floater from your neighbor.
That makes me look at my neighbor differently. If I see that, I'm looking at next door.
Well, you're like, I just peed and flushed. I didn't go number 2. Why is there a number 2 in my toilet?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you with a stank eye, pun intended.
That's your neighbor. That's your neighbors.
Yeah,
So-
I was thinking about your sister. They are dealing with a lot, and they were talking yesterday on the national news about the COVID issue going on there in New Orleans and how that was a struggle even without a Cat 4 hitting you head on. So.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. So she's going back into it tomorrow, and I'm sad. I just wish that they were able to stay here where we have power and AC and water and all the things that we take for granted.
You do. I remember when we went through our hurricane little spat about 17 years ago, and just that one day that we all drove from here without having power for 2 weeks, and I remember we rolled up Lauderdale by the Sea, and they had power, and we walked into a restaurant. The AC was on the TV. I was just mesmerized. Like, look at the box with the moving pictures. It was amazing.
You take it for granted.
You
I
do.
vividly remember that day because of that.
I remember when the hurricanes hit and there was no restaurants open. The first time I got Chinese food, because Chinese foods are the first places open. I couldn't believe. Oh my gosh! Oh,
This is so good.
Yes. It is amazing.
Yeah, so they're leaving tomorrow to go back into it.
Okay. Well, I guess if there's anything positive about that, they're looking at the COVID case numbers, and they say it looks like it could be leveling off. So it's been going, jacking through the roof, and every time you looked at the numbers, you're like, okay, I don't even want to see it, but slight optimism as it might be leveling, and hopefully we can kill that and get to where we were when we got confident. Remember thinking like, oh, this thing's over, and then boom.
Okay, I see
maybe
you
not.
working positive.
I'm
Kay.
trying, man. I'm trying, baby. Trying to give you all I can. What do you think would be the coolest celebrity memorabilia to have? Because there's something going on right now where they've got a pair of Michael Jordan's, quote, heavily used boxers, which I don't know what that means, because heavily used, I don't know if that adds to the value or decreases from the value, because I can promise you don't want my heavily used boxers.
They make it sound like MJ's taking dumps in his pants. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm like, what does this mean?
Is that cool to have?
Does he know you have them?
Well, what they are is his one-time bodyguard, a guy that you actually could see in the documentary that they recently had done that's on Netflix now, started on ESPN. He was seen in there, and I guess he's got a lot of things that he just kind of grabbed along the way and through the years, knowing it's Michael Jordan and it's going to be worth something, and he's got those reserved right now for auction starting at $500. What it'll get to, I don't know. And again, does heavily used increase the value or decrease the value?
It sounds like he's farting. I don't know. It
Just
sounds
heavily
terrible.
used?
It does not. That's not worded
It's
right.
a terrible description for boxers.
What about the shirt soaked with blood from Abraham Lincoln?
Oh, amazing.
That would be.
That would be something.
You had that framed in your house.
Yeah, the pillow that they rest his head on.
Anything that had blood.
That'd
from
be
Lincoln.
unbelievable. Well, we were talking about the gun that killed Billy the Kid. Went for $6 million.
That's right.
At an auction just this last week. And you're like, whoa, I mean, that's crazy.
How much would you pay for a clipping of Albert Einstein's mustache?
How much should I pay? Well, first of all, I don't really have money, but let's say that, I'm a rich dude and I've just got cash.
Extra.
But a good chunk of his mustache, where you could frame that on your wall. Go, that's Albert Einstein's mustache.
Now, could I get a photo of him with the divot out of his mustache?
Yeah.
And be like, that was where it went?
And he looks pissed.
Yes.
Because he's like,
Well,
what joker with the scissors?
See, that greatly increases the value of the clippings.
and it shows the authenticity of it,
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
I'll pay a lot of money for that.
That feels like like that's starting at about $500,000.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's about $500,000 if you got that kind. Now, apparently, this former bodyguard of Michael Jordan, he's also got some coats, suits, ties, golf clubs, things like that. He's going to be putting up. So it'd be kind of cool. But I think with any basketball player, ultimately what would be awesome to have, and this probably goes with any sports memorabilia, the jersey or the shoes that they were wearing when they did something of significance.
Who cares?
Not necessarily the heavily used boxers.
Michael Jordan's tie? Who gives a crap?
Yeah, that doesn't really move the needle for me. I mean, it's great that he had it, but I mean, God bless it. Michael Jordan is still with us, and he's still leaving things behind. So I don't know how valuable that is at this point, but that's just one of the things that is going on there. So you can pop online if you would like Michael Jordan's heavily used boxers, and if Michael's listening right now, I'd like to know, how do you feel about your former bodyguard putting up your heavily used boxers?
Maybe he'll call in.
Yes, I'm sure he will. I'm sure he's got nothing else going on. He's so approachable. If you see him out and about, he just loves when people come up and want photos with him.
He certainly was not happy that I took a picture of the back of his head.
No.
When he was waiting for his car at valet, I
Yes.
could feel him seething.
He has a good, you better not stare. It's pretty impactful. It is kind of interesting, though, that, people do have weird celebrity connections, like people who were bodyguards, or something in the such. I know Motor City Mongo, one of our great listeners in Detroit, used to be that for Kid Rock back in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Man, I can only imagine what he saw go down.
And that was really a heavy Kid Rock era, too. That was the prime
Oh, yeah.
of Kid Rock.
The fun behavior must have been just incredible.
Yeah. It was kind of neat because on the KVJ Show Facebook page, we were asking about what is your weird celebrity connection like that? And some of the answers pretty cool. Like Herrick said that I was the flight attendant for KISS when it was the original members. Went on several tours with them.
Oh, wow.
Apparently they had their own same flight attendants. And it would make sense because they were very much into the anonymity. They were wearing the makeup everywhere and they wouldn't be photographed anywhere without it. And so I think they kept a lot of the same crew around because they didn't want to wear makeup, of course, on a plane to fly someplace.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. So I think, anybody who saw behind the curtain, they would keep them on retainer because they didn't want to keep having all these people because eventually a photo or something like that is going to leak out. So that's kind of cool that she was, with KISS and one of their flight attendants back in the day.
Sounds like that's back when they liked each other.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they ever did, but it was at least while they were together as a band. Some of these stories that people put up on the KVJ Show Facebook page are kind of cool. Chelsea said, my mom used to do manicures and pedicures for Burt Reynolds and Lonnie Anderson when they were together.
Ooh.
And they were so close, I used to swim in their pool and play with their son, Quentin, back when I was 6.
Huh.
That's kind of a cool little story. Nicole said, my great uncle Alan Gibbs was the stunt double for Burt Reynolds in Smokey and the Bandit.
Wow, a lot of Burt Reynolds.
Well, he's local,
You're right.
so people were running into him, sharing elevators with him and stuff like that. So there's a lot of Burt Reynolds stories on there. Kai said, Serena and Venus Williams lived in my neighborhood where I grew up, Woodsetter, on Sample Road, right off 95 in Pompano.
Fancy.
Yeah, they used to play on the tennis court every day with their dad.
Yeah, I've seen them at the Gardens Mall a lot. Not in recent years, but when I was younger, I'd see them in the Gardens Mall a lot.
Yeah.
I was in the same line.
Okay.
In the food court.
Yeah,
No big deal, Virginia. I got celebrity stories too.
Okay.
And no big deal. Venus is friends with one of my neighbors, and I heard she came through the guard gate of my community the other day. So,
Wow.
bam.
Whoa.
What terrible name-dropping stories.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
In your face.
Joey's got one of the coolest ones. He was working at a restaurant in Boca when Adam Sandler came rolling through, and they started talking, and he dropped the name of his kid, Espen. ESPN, but you say it Espen. And Adam Sandler loved it so much, he used it in the movie Blended.
That's
So when you
cool.
see that,
That's so cool.
It is really cool, yeah. That's one of those odd little weird, awesome celebrity connections. David said, I met Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds. I was a Marine on the tank during the alien battle. Tom Cruise was very short and didn't want to talk to the extras, but Steven Spielberg was super cool. Tom Cruise does not talk to extras.
No.
He was short and wouldn't speak to the extras.
And keep in mind, too, that was when Tom really thought he could save the world from aliens.
He did,
That
yes.
was jumping on the couch.
Yeah, it wasn't acting.
No.
He thought that was real life. Stephanie, she talked about when she worked at, is it Lafitte's Blacksmith Bar in NOLA?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
She said while I was there, Zac Efron came in, and he asked me to score him some Coke.
Oh, my.
This was back in his Disney days, too.
That's the oldest bar in the country.
Is it
And
really?
they love Coke.
I don't know about
That's how they kept
scoring
going, huh?
Coke.
Lafitte's Coke Bar.
Everyone goes to Lafitte's for some Coke.
Be careful, because I know a wedding photographer, mine specifically, that bought cocaine in the French Quarter from a person she didn't know, and it had rat poison in it, and she tweaked out.
It's alleged about the rat poison, but I will say after she allegedly did this,
Mm-hmm.
she did act weird.
She was tweaky, and she gave her camera to one of my wedding guests and said, "You're the photographer now."
So you still have to pay somebody for that, or?
I mean, I paid her extra.
Okay.
I love the story.
Andrea, she's got a cool one. If you're from the Ocala area, you know John Travolta, Kelly Preston, when she was living, called that place home. And she said whenever John Travolta would have a new movie come out, they would have a big premiere party for the whole town, and I always would go. Got to see him. That's a really cool gesture, huh?
That is.
Mary Beth used to run into Johnny Depp, played in a local band in the Lauderdale, Miami area back in the 80s, and I was a secretary at a local radio station, and we would hire his band all the time for promotions.
That's
I've heard
cool.
those stories, yeah. Erica said my uncle was in a band with Billy Joel. That's kind of cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Back up in New York?
I don't know. You might want to go on there and find that comment and strike up a conversation, find out who her uncle is.
Okay.
Gunther said Michael Bivens is my cousin, which it sounds like a made-up name, but it's not. That's one of the dudes from Belle Biv DeVoe.
Bivens is also a name from one of the KVJ horror movies.
That's your name, yeah,
Yeah.
that you always use. Yeah, he's actually a dude that was in a pretty good R&B group back in the 90s. Christina said my cousin's Tony Danza.
That's cool.
Cousin's Tony Danza. Yeah.
Yeah, from Who's the Boss. Cheryl said I went to school with John Cicada. A lot of people have done that as he's from South Florida.
Yeah, Miami, right?
Elise, she went to elementary school with Ralph Macchio.
That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
You went to school with the Karate Kid?
How amazing is that, huh?
Oh, my God.
Yes. And Ann said my great uncle, Haven Gillespie, wrote Santa Claus is Coming to Town. So there you go. Yeah. Just odd, weird. Okay.
I love that.
Odd little. All right. Well, there you go. Some pretty fascinating stories we've got you can check out on the KVJ Show Facebook page. Go there and make sure you follow along. You are listening to the very educational KVJ Show, always trying to drop some knowledge on you. And maybe if you apply said knowledge, it could change your life and for the better. Or the worst, too. But we'll focus on the better.
But you're right, though. But better or worse, it changes your life.
Yeah, the KVJ Show will change your life one way or the other. And Jaybird, you were kind of putting together a list of all the changes that you have made and how your life is different just because of things that you've heard or we've discussed on the show.
Number one, without a doubt, is when Kevin came in here with that study or that stat about fecal matter in the ice
Yes,
at
right,
fast food
yeah,
restaurants.
yeah.
Poo ice.
It changed everything
Yeah.
because I don't want that in my ice. So every time now I go to a fast food restaurant, I always get a soda without the ice now. And I love fast food ice.
Right, yeah.
Changed my life.
Yeah, I get it. It makes sense.
Gas stations too. I'll never get a gas station soda with the ice because I would assume gas station might even be worse.
Yeah, I would say that there's just a lot of those kind of health stories, especially with germs and things that have changed me. I got to the point I was becoming a germaphobe. Is becoming an issue, and I had to mentally stop myself and say, man, you're going to be Howie Mandel in about 3 weeks if you don't stop this insanity.
And I know people email or have that comment go, you eat so much weird crap all the time
Yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. For whatever reason, that one hit a chord with me.
Yeah. There's another one about soda or beer cans that still that I share that with you where we had a story one time about how nasty those things are and rats peeing on them and things like that in the warehouses.
And then we started talking about it, and then people started admitting that disgruntled workers sometimes would
Yeah.
pee on soda cans out in the back room.
We talked about it, and I'm like, there's probably nothing to it. So I took a white Kleenex, and I wiped it around the lid of the can I was about to drink out of, and when I lifted it away, it was pure black. I'm like,
So I don't
and that, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna change it. I don't know what's in this black, but it's not a good look.
It was a life change I made. I won't drink
Yeah.
soda without wiping it off. Now, most of the time, it's got to be a rare situation.
Yeah, that's good. Let me see other things. I know you changed your driving style because of the KVJ show.
After you and Virginia publicly shamed people who are terrible mergers, I said, Bird, really get it down, learn how to merge properly, and it's changed my driving for the better.
It's a good thing to know, and it really still does just baffle me how people don't get the concept of merging where, you know, one goes over the other. It's just, you know, if you look at any zipper, it's that concept. And why people can't seem to get that, I don't know.
Well, I thought I was doing it right. Then you guys are bitching and moaning and really going on for a while. In fact, I think 2 different segments you guys have called out bad mergers.
Yeah.
So you publicly shamed me into getting better.
What I
Your
thought,
merging's terrible, but your just basic driving isn't that great either.
Well, you have a lot of nerve because you're worse than I am.
what I thought was great is, you know, we talk about bad merging in Florida. This actually happened over the weekend in Georgia. 3 cars tried to take the off-ramp at the exact same time, and nobody decided to merge. They thought, well, you know, I'm going to bully my way through. All 3 cars got stuck right next to each other.
Oh my gosh.
On the off-ramp because nobody would merge. If you're watching KVJ TV, you can see that photo, which is just unbelievable. 3
Wow.
cars stuck together because they couldn't merge.
I've learned the way.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good, valuable thing. About ducks, we just talked about this just last week and told you why feeding ducks is a bad thing.
Well, I was telling
Or feeding bread
I was
to
telling
ducks.
a story on the air about me feeding. I thought it was a cute little story, and I got nothing but more shame and hate from the people telling me you can't feed ducks, you're killing ducks, duck murderer.
It turns out bread is bad for them. We didn't know.
I didn't know. I always
Yeah.
assumed you fed, birds, ducks.
It
or
doesn't
birds
give them
bread.
what?
Bird.
What?
Hey, birds, eat this duck.
Oh, that's just
Do
twisted.
not feed
That's
birds duck.
twisted.
Dang.
Bird is a twisted man. Yeah, and if you're wondering the reason, what they had said was, 1, the bread will be in the water, forming algae, bad for the ducks and for the fish, and it doesn't give them the right nutrients, and they get filled up, so they don't look for food that they actually need, and they'll be malnourished. So there you go.
Yeah, I didn't know. I learned.
Yeah.
Change.
Just some of the reasons. Yeah.
Change. Now I just feed them hot dogs. No, I'm
Good.
just kidding.
It's better than feeding them duck. Another thing was your ankle health that you got from producer Denny's.
Never knew of the importance of ankle health. Remember Denny's went on that whole thing
Yes.
about stretching out your ankles and how important it is. Then we got a bunch of emails from the medical community backing him up. It does. Ankle health and stretching, it does help you with, I would get Charlie horses a lot, and they have subsided since I started doing my ankle stretches.
Look at you.
I learned that on these airwaves.
That's good. That's good. Somebody texted in and said, I don't use air dryers in public bathrooms anymore because of y'all. And that's one thing I don't either. And I am completely repulsed when I go in to wash my hands and there is nothing but an air dryer. And the story behind that was how much air dryers disperse germs that get caught up underneath that. So when you blow, you're just blowing germs right back on your hand. So they had done the study, and I think if I remember right, according to the study, it was like you're better off just not even washing your hands than you are to wash them and then use an air dryer.
I mean, hot bathroom germs.
Hot
coming out.
bathroom germs, yeah, because when people
Mold.
flush toilets, that the particles launch out of the toilet and then they'll get stuck up in the air dryer. So you're blowing years of people's poo particles back on your hands.
So disgusting.
That's so disgusting. It's so disgusting.
It's cleaner to probably offer everybody in the bathroom a free wipe.
You're right.
Yeah. So there you go. One thing that was learned. And Suzanne from Boynton Beach said Jaybird's Thanksgiving message when his mom was sick had me rethinking my own relationship with my mom, and I put more effort into it, and we developed the best relationship for 2 years before I lost her suddenly, and I'm grateful for that.
Wow, that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
I love it.
Changed it for the better. So there you go. Just a few reasons to always listen to the KVJ show. What is the right way to pee in these circumstances? How do you do it? Like, for instance, if you're wearing a one-piece bathing suit, Virginia, do you take the whole thing off, or do you just pull your bottom to one side?
It depends on, first of all, the age of the suit. If it's a brand new suit, it might not pull.
Okay.
It might be too tight to be able to do that trick and not pee on your hand. That's
Okay.
tricky.
Okay, yeah.
But if it's a looser suit, you can totally just pull it to the side.
You've done the looser suit move
I have.
for 1 and for 2?
No, not for
Okay.
2.
Just making sure.
If you have to go number 2,
You take it off.
if you have to drop some kids off at the pool while you're at the pool, you should.
Take it off.
Yes, you should take
Okay,
it
so
off.
if you're going that, it's got to come all the way off. Just get rid of that thing.
Never go to the side for number
No, that's too tricky.
Okay,
Too
all right.
advanced moves.
Okay, Virginia has spoken on that. I will have suits momentarily. I just sent him the information via email. He'll put up a poll to see what more ladies are doing. I've got a question for the guys as well. What is the right way to pee when wearing gym shorts? Now, Jaybird, do you untie and pull down your waistband, or do you pull up the leg?
I don't think I've ever pulled up the leg. I think
Really?
the leg. So putting your weenie through the leg area.
You pull up the leg of the shorts,
Weenie.
and then
no,
you snake out the bottom.
I'll either do the pull down, or if there's a hole, I'll put obviously to the hole.
A lot of gym shorts don't have them.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a pull down.
You're a pull down.
I'm a pull down.
I'm a pull up.
Wow.
How about that? Because the reason, if you've ever done this or got distracted, because it's an elastic waistband, if that thing ever gets loose midstream and it snaps back at your wee-wee, I mean, you can have a terrible mess, Virginia. Let me
Sounds
just tell you, it's
terrible.
kind of like a runaway fire hose.
I don't think I've ever gone down through the leg. Huh. I'm gonna try that.
Really?
I'm gonna try it today.
See, I would think with guys, a majority would be pull up rather than pull down.
You are asking a Martian, so I would ask other guys.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll have Suits put that pull up as well. We'll see what KVJ Nation is doing. If you're watching KVJ TV on YouTube, you can go in there and you can sound off what is the proper way to use the bathroom in those two circumstances. Okay, if you were wondering here, ladies, the right way to pee when wearing a one-piece bathing suit, it is real close. 51% of our KVJ Nationers in the KVJ TV chat room right now, 51% are pulling the bottom to the side. 48% are taking the whole thing off. In fact, it just swung a little bit more to the bottom to the side, but it's real close.
To me, both bring potential problems. Pulling to the side, you're flying real close to the sun.
You are.
You have a couple cocktails,
Yes,
and all
you
of a
are.
sudden,
And it
the
can also
stream-
snap back, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
snapping
yeah,
back in the stream, and then taking it off.
Yeah.
Now you're taking it off, and it's resting on a bathroom floor that you don't.
Oh,
know.
you don't put it on the floor? Get out of here. Where'd you find this guy?
So what? You take off the entire thing and keep it in your hand?
You put it on the hook on the back of the door, or you hold it. If you put your suit on the floor, you're gross.
All right, so every girl listening right now, they take off their bathing suit completely when it's a one piece, when they're at a gas station or they're at a public restroom.
45% are.
Half.
Taking it off. Wow.
Yeah.
Half take it off, half pull to the side.
So I love these polls. We can give you an immediate answer now, Jaybird, for your questions.
If you're in a gas station bathroom though, and you're in your bathing suit and you're wet, it's gone wrong.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like not everybody takes it off completely. I feel like some girls take it and leave it on the floor.
Oh, those girls are animals.
That's pretty ratchet.
I can't go swimming with you.
Okay, so now we're going to ask the guys, when wearing gym shorts, do you untie and pull down your waistband, or do you pull up the leg? Jaybird is waistband down. I'm pulling the leg up. So we go opposite on that. Will that be almost a 50-50, like the ladies were? Fellas, you can sound off. You got your own poll going up in the KVJ TV chat here in just a second. We do have some celebrity birthdays talking about today. Zendaya is 25 years old. Big star. The big screen, small screen, and even music. Gloria Estefan, Miami legend, is 64
We love you, Gloria.
today. Dr. Phil is 71. And Lily Tomlin is 82, and she looks amazing. My wife was watching that Grace and Frankie on Netflix. I couldn't get over how great the ladies look on there, and she's 82 years old. She looks absolutely amazing.
Good for her.
Jane Fonda looks fantastic as well.
That 82 is different than the 82 we grew up with.
It's
as
not-
kids. It's
yes.
a different 82. I agree.
She is like a 52 or 62 to me tops. She looks great, and the show is actually really well done and cleverly written. So I was really impressed with that. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I did like it. So happy birthday to them. Also got a birthday shout out to my big boy David, 10 years old. Happy birthday, David, from mom and dad. Amanda sent that in. And happy birthday to the best mom in the world, Leslie Fatzinger from Love You Mommy from your favorite child, Melissa.
Oh.
So there you go. Happy birthday. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show? Let us know. Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Well, the ladies spoke on this, and it was very close. When wearing a one-piece bathing suit, do you take the whole thing off or do you just pull your bottom to the side? 54% in KVJ TV land pull the bottom to the side. 45% take the whole thing off. That is where that poll landed. And for the guys, when wearing gym shorts, do you untie and pull down your waistband or do you pull up the leg? That one not even close. Right now, 74% are untying and pulling down the waistband. 26% are pulling up the leg.
Okay, all right, good. So I am normal on that one.
I don't know if there's any truth to this.
First time ever.
Yeah.
Somebody texted in and said, Kevin, not all of us have a huge hog to be able to pull the shorts up and pee through some. Unfortunately, in the small pea community, have to use the waistband tactic.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I don't know. Ralston's got to speak on his own behalf.
I don't know.
Kevin packing loaded weapons in
No,
there?
I don't. I wouldn't say that would be my reasoning, unfortunately.
Kevin the Hedgehog Ralston.
I don't think that applies to me and not everybody, so I'm not sure that's very factual. But you can sound off on that if you want. If you're in the KVJ TV chat room, if you want to find a lot of people, hey, where do I find that? Go onto YouTube and look for the KVJ show. It'll be right there. Got several emails here. People want to know if they should be ending their relationships or not. This makeup or breakup email says, my boyfriend drunk texted my little sister. He says, when I was out with some girlfriends on Saturday, my 27-year-old boyfriend sent a text to my 19-year-old sister asking her if she was busy and wanted to hang out. I know my boyfriend was drunk when I talked to him close to 10 p.m., so after midnight is when he sent the text to my sister.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. My sister showed me the text and the timestamp. My sister's very pretty and recently got out of a relationship herself, which just adds to all this. Now, my boyfriend doesn't seem to understand why this is a big deal for me. My sister isn't particularly close to my boyfriend anyway, and I'm wondering why he had her number in the first place. He claims I gave it to him once before to use if he couldn't ever reach me on my phone, and I don't even remember that. I don't want to flush a relationship that has been pretty good for over a year where there is no real fire, but I do feel there is smoke. Would you agree? Or is she just making a bunch out of nothing?
No, you don't text.
It's creepy. How drunk? And I mean, I don't know. I got a few questions. Has he done anything creepy before?
See,
or is this the first creepy thing?
See, moments like that, if you don't give me a valid answer of why you're doing that, and we never really get to the root of it, I'm never going to be able to forget that. And to me, that's the beginning of the end.
It's really it's
he's
really
not going to be
weird.
honest about it. You know why he's doing it.
Yeah.
He's not asking her to help move some furniture. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
He's clearly being inappropriate. He's not going to be honest about it. Birds heard enough.
Birds out.
Walls panicked out.
Birds out. I don't know that I would end it, but it would take a major divot out of our relationship, and I would let him know that. Like, this is way out of bounds. You can try to justify it. I find it creepy and weird. I don't like it. Don't try to hang out with my sister when you're intoxicated. Well, she doesn't need people to hang out with.
They're not even close. What's your excuse of hanging out? Why?
What were you looking to do?
Yeah, Walls Pennington is so out. The more we talk, done.
Okay, this makeup or breakup email says she hired her ex to build a porch. Said my girlfriend just hired her ex-boyfriend to build a back porch for her house. They were together for 5 years, so they've got a major history together. And I've been with her for 2 years. And she really hasn't seen him since they broke up, so why is he showing up in her life all of a sudden? I expressed that I wasn't happy about this and simply told her that there are so many other people out there who could build you a porch. Why do you have to call your ex? Well, she said that he was going to do it for super cheap, saving her over $5,000.
And he's got a great hammer.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah. This is get this written all over it.
Yeah, he's going to be doing a lot of nailing. She said that he's going to be around her all the time, and that's what I'm thinking. And I'm not comfortable just with that proximity. I asked her to find somebody else. She said that I'm being ridiculous because she's saving so much money. What do you think? Would you get out of a relationship? Now, they've been in a relationship for 2 years. She was with her ex for 5 years, but she hasn't been with him for a long time. I think you could come off looking jealous and weird. Yeah, I get why you don't like it. Would you break up over it, though? A 2-year relationship, Virginia?
I don't break up over it, but I put in some cameras and I don't tell her. And let's just see what happens when he's building this porch. And she's there, and let me do a little eavesdropping.
I don't like it. I think this is a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah, of course you want to trust your mate. I get that. But
Yeah.
I understand why someone would be insecure about this situation.
Yes.
And anyone saying, why are you going to be insecure? Well, why do you think someone would be insecure?
Yeah.
Because they have a 5-year history with each other. They're going to be alone. And it does sound odd that all of a sudden he does show up. It's all red flags.
I don't think you have trust issues in your relationship.
No.
I think you're
No.
okay for feeling the way you do. I don't end a 2-year relationship over it.
I don't like it.
Any of us would be like,
I don't like it. To his point, there's other people you could have gotten. Now, she's going to claim it's about the $5,000.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You would like Panda working or being around his ex that much? His ex, they're going to be alone together.
what does this bitch look like?
She's real good looking.
Who's cuter, me or her?
Kevin, what is the next segment?
Don't answer that, huh?
Of course, you're prettier.
Okay, all right. Well, then she can come over.
No, Kev, she's real hot.
For a couple more makeup or breakups, somebody sent us an email, want to know if they should get a divorce. I'm in a 4-year marriage. I've been with him for 9 years. We've even had big issues over the last couple of months. And yesterday we had a huge fight in which he was very verbally aggressive.
Oh.
And I told him I wanted a divorce because I was so upset by his behavior. And today I am trying to figure out if we should get one. Now, I've considered divorce before. He has a drinking problem, which he refuses to acknowledge. I've mentioned counseling, but he hasn't done anything. Do I stay or do I leave? I feel like we have grown apart so much. Also, I have started to have an affair from all the issues that we have had that he won't acknowledge.
And furthermore,
Well, you're not handling it right.
No, the affair's not the right play.
No.
and I always wonder too, because I don't know the situation.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the situation. But when somebody steps out on somebody else, I've seen it happen before. They make their mate seem way worse than what they are to
Yeah.
justify their own behavior.
He's drinking because he knows you're cheating.
They cherry pick things to make themselves feel. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going on, but that's why you need two sides of the story.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to.
If you have problems, you let your partner know that. You believe they have issues. And if they don't care enough to go to therapy for your marriage to save it, that to me says everything. And it's the beginning of the end.
And you don't need them to go to therapy. You can go to therapy and get some help to figure it out
Yep.
and navigate getting away from somebody who doesn't want to make your relationship better.
Yep.
The right thing to do is not go find a new boyfriend.
Yeah, the affair, you're
the
handling it the
affair,
wrong way.
The affair makes me question everything you've done.
It does. Virginia's right, though. It does.
And somebody sent us this mic drop from the WRMF app for a makeup or breakup.
So, I'm not married, but me and my lady have been together for about 3 years now. I don't want to say our relationship is I don't want to say advancing, but it's kind of stale right now. There's this other girl that I recently met, so I have been talking with her and we're friends, but I've slowly started to get feelings for her, and it seems like, you know, obviously it's one of those things where it's a new person, it's a new girl, so it's something different from what I've been used to these past 3.5 years. I don't want to hurt my lady either because I do still care about her, but at the same time, I care about this other girl as well. So I don't know what to do.
Stop talking to the new girl until you figure things out with your current girl.
Yeah,
You-
you're
you-
creating your own problems
Yeah,
here.
you
Yeah.
got to handle this stuff
Yes.
with your girlfriend currently
Right.
and figure that out, and then you make your moves.
You don't open yourself up to temptation. If you realize that, hey, look, you're not going to stop finding people of the opposite sex or same sex, wherever you lean, attractive. That's just the way it is. You're going to find great qualities in them, but you can't entertain those. And if you want to entertain those, you need to end the relationship that you're in.
Don't start ordering food from another restaurant while you're still sitting at the other one. Wait, eat your meal. Get it done.
Eat your meal.
And stop talking, Bird.
Kevin, move on to the next segment. Quickly. He's embarrassed.
Eat your meal.
Save him, Kevin. Save him.
Okay. All right, coming up here, we got the World Record Wednesday. That's going to be on the way coming up here.
All right, cool. More embarrassment.
Yeah, okay.
Failure, disappointment.
See Jaybird fail at karate chopping Pop-Tarts. So that's going to be fun to watch.
It's fun. At least it's fun.
That'll be a
failing.
fun video.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun fail. You got to be jacked, Jaybird, because I see that the Karate Kid show that they have on Netflix,
Cobra Kai, yeah.
it has been already greenlit for a 5th season, and they haven't even come out with season 4 yet. So it is a massive hit for Netflix, and they don't play. If you're not bringing it, they will cancel you in fast.
I see this going for, they could, if they wanted to, this could be a Grey's Anatomy type situation. They could go 15 seasons if they wanted to.
Yeah, I just wonder.
There's enough content to make this go for a long time.
And it is such a captivating movie. I was at Bolero in Boca, and they show old movies. You know, and I wouldn't even bowl. I couldn't stop watching Karate Kid. They had it playing.
That's what I always have in my lobby at my house.
It's mesmerizing.
It really is.
I don't know what it was. I couldn't take my eyes off of it.
It's great.
So Jaybird, because of Karate Kid, he loved karate. I remember back in the day, you used to take some karate lessons.
Kinshatao is what it was. Yes, it was from Spitali's.
Yeah, from authentic Italian.
Yeah, he made great meatball parm, and he showed me a great front kick as well.
He did. Okay. So now you've graduated to you have a YouTube dojo, and you simply just go on there to do all your karate lessons, but you're still practicing the fine arts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're at a point now. If someone steps to us at a KVJ event,
Yeah, you're ready.
look out.
They're going to hurt us.
It's only going to take them 15 minutes to kick my ass.
15.
I don't know. I feel like we could get our ass kicked in about 3 seconds.
You're right.
Well, Jaybird is going to be showing off what he's learned on YouTube and from Spitali. He's going to be going for the world record here for the most Pop-Tarts broken with one single karate chop.
Now, the record's 14. We have 16 Pop-Tarts lined up.
Wow.
I could take one off, make it 15, make it a little bit easier on me, and we'd still get the record. Should I take one off?
Why go easy on yourself?
Oh, I'll keep the 16 then.
I mean, don't you feel that, Virginia?
I mean, let's chase greatness.
I will break the record by 2.
Yeah, by 2, not just 1.
Okay.
I mean, don't just clear the bar, leap over
There's
it.
clearly a reason why this is hard, because not everyone's got the record. So there's got to be a reason why people can't get past 14.
It is interesting. It's kind of like one of those weird tricks. There's some things like that. Have you ever seen that where you fold up a paper and it becomes oddly strong and some of those things? It might have that kind of factor to it, because I'm looking over here at that stack of Pop-Tarts and I don't find it intimidating.
I don't either.
And I'm wanting to just say, you're easily going to break this.
I would hope so.
I'm mesmerized by, if this is legit, this could be your first ever world record.
You only get one shot to
you
do
do,
it.
yeah.
And it has to be, you have to make sure each one's broken pretty good. It's gotta look like it's been broken.
Yeah. I almost feel like this is a gag. Do you go all the way through the Pop-Tarts easily and then snap your hand on the table?
You break your
Is this what this
I'm
is?
like a Pop-Tart hand.
Yeah, like, what is this?
Don't use your masturbation hand. Use the other one. You don't want to hurt it.
I always protect. I always protect Lefty.
You do. You always keep it in a velvet glove. You know which one.
I do.
You
I
know
have
which one it
that
is.
one glove.
Yes.
You a southpaw?
I'm a southpaw.
You think he's a
Virginia.
Michael Jackson fan, but it's
I
not.
know. Just protecting my goods.
Okay, there is a technique to this. I remember this. I've done this before. When I did the stuff, I remember we did the bricks, we did the boards, and I was always trained to look through it. You don't vision the front of the board or the brick. You're kind of looking through it, and you're punching through whatever the object is. And I think that is what you want to do also with the Pop-Tarts.
Yes, and then breathing is a big part.
It is, yeah,
Getting that
absolutely,
energy, breathing, letting it build, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah. Is that what you say?
That's what I said.
How do
Can you
spell
tell me
that?
that's coming? Because that's scary.
That is.
I did probably scare a lot of audience. I'm so sorry.
I'm sure
If someone was passively listening,
Oh, yeah.
they just drove into a tree.
Out of nowhere.
I am so sorry. I scared you.
Definitely half our audience has wet their pants.
Just know I'm going to be saying that again when I do my
Oh,
chop.
Okay, all right. We'll be prepared.
Thanks for warning us.
When I do the breathing, you'll know.
Okay. All right, World Record Wednesday here. Most Pop-Tarts broken with a single karate chop. World record is 14 frosted cherry. Maybe that is because it got the icing on it. That might add to it.
We had them. That's what we got.
Typically, we go half for KVJ Impressive. Virginia, do you think he breaks the record?
I mean, looking at it, it feels like this is attainable.
I mean, she's over there texting, trying to act like she's engaged.
No,
with
I'm
this.
not. I'm pulling up Instagram so I can document this greatness. Take it back, douchebag.
There you go.
I'm just gonna take it.
You know what? Channel that anger into the Pop-Tarts.
Oh, I will. There's so much anger.
You should have drawn my face on the Pop-Tart stack.
So much anger.
I think you're going to go through the Pop-Tarts and the table.
I might go through the floor.
I don't think it's going to stop. 7 is usually, what we do. We have it, and that would be the number. Do you think he's going to at least do KVJ Impressive at 7, Virginia?
Definitely.
I think so, too.
These are Pop-Tarts.
Suits, you think he's going to do it? Okay, Suits, everybody's there. Denny's? The Denny's way over, yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Most Pop-Tarts broken with a single karate chop. 14 frosted cherry is the record. Jaybird's got 16 in front of him. Get ready as he yells, "Sai!" in just a second here.
He's going to scare you.
Okay, Jaybird, anytime you're ready. I'm standing back because I don't know what's going to happen here. Oh, my gosh.
Look at the focus.
Oh, yeah, my gosh.
Doing kata.
Oh, it's intimidating. I'm anticipating this. Oh.
I
I don't know what that means. I think you did. He do it?
I don't
It
know.
looks like you've gone through it. They're all now laying.
They're all broken.
I mean, if you look at it, that's broken. Two's broken.
3.
That is broken.
4.
Now it didn't go down the middle, and of course
Are they
we've got
gonna
an
get me
issue
on-
here
Oh, they're gonna get me on this.
because you just took off the corners of it. It wasn't like a clean down the middle of
I
the
don't-
Pop-Tart itself.
I don't feel good about this. That's not a win for me. I'm not taking this.
So we're not going to go on just which ones are broken.
I don't think that to me does not. Does that feel good to you? Does it feel good to me? I don't want to take that win.
I mean, you would love it where you're because, and here's the thing: is are you going through the center of the Pop-Tart, which has got inside of it something else of stability, which is
we're not going to give me this record. In fact, I would say you got me at 7. I don't. Let's count. I mean,
I thought it was really kind of impressive, though. I don't know. Do you think he's more of a man right now, Virginia?
No.
Does he turn you on?
I mean, look at him.
I'm just going to tell you. I'm not going to get hard.
He's out of Pop-Tarts to hit.
I would give me 8.
8.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah. Okay. Hold that up. We'll see what people think on KVJ TV. I'm oddly impressed with that.
This one's broke.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a little concoction with this too. A little Pop-Tart casserole, if you shall.
Really? Do you have a recipe for that, or are you just gonna go off the?
Kind of fly by the seat of my pants.
Just see where it takes you.
Your taste buds still gone?
They are.
Damn.
That's
They are
torturous.
gone.
All those
For-
Pop-Tarts, and you
Yeah.
can't taste.
Well, I'll make something good and delicious.
Yeah.
Maybe Sweet Denny's and Suits can eat it.
I will say, okay, we'll give you a credit for 8. KVJ impressive. You don't want to claim the world record, but
doesn't feel good,
I'd walk
Kevin.
away feeling like a winner here. I would feel maybe not as good as Daniel LaRusso after the tournament, but close to it.
This is working. I
Close
like
to it, yeah.
You set me up, and she's definitely gonna knock me down.
Yeah, that was pretty good. All right, if you didn't get to see it live, you can go back and watch it anytime on demand on KVJ TV. We've got it all set up for you there. World Record Wednesday. Well, people were breaking down the game film from World Record Wednesday just a second ago. Jay Bird went for the world record of karate chopping the most Pop-Tarts. It was Frosted Cherry, if you're wondering. 14 was the record he went through, and the corners of the Pop-Tarts are kind of broken. He went through almost all of them, like they had damage to them. And he had 16 in his stack.
Yeah, they all did have damage, but they weren't, I wouldn't say, cracked in half.
And it was because, there wasn't really a crack down the middle. It's kind of like the corners were off, and somebody kind of broke down the film, and they said, it's kind of what happened here. If you look, Jaybird kind of missed the Pop-Tarts almost and kind of hit the box.
Oh, no.
Well, I definitely hit Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
I definitely hit Pop-Tart.
But there's a still shot you can see from that. So, you can see where the karate chop went if you're watching KVJ TV.
Some people are saying he should have used his masturbatory hand It went
yeah.
the wrong way
Yeah.
by not bringing the southpaw out to
don't know.
play.
I don't know. That thing's out of control. I might have hit myself in the head.
Yeah. Thing's got a mind of its own, Virginia.
It's very powerful.
It is. He has no control over it.
I have great control, but with only one thing.
Yes. Okay, so there you go. Thank you for breaking down the film there. And people said, boy, it's a good thing that you already had the KVJ hate song already pre-written before Jaybird did the karate chop.
Aww.
Yeah. Well, they're going to find something. They'll probably make it in next week. That's just haters be haters, y'all.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Kevin, you look like a ghoul who shops at the Gap. Looking like a skeleton is not sexy. Your keto diet is supposed to make you look like an undesirable douche.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Oh, my computer just closed. Tell Virginia to shut her ignorant mouth. All the surgery in the world can't fix her face.
Oh, no, keep going. We'll stop it for you. No, continue going.
Yeah. We want to hear the hate.
Yeah, all right, come on. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I think it was obnoxious horse faces in there.
Obnoxious horse
Yeah.
face. Shut
There
her
was a lot
ignorant
more. She's like,
mouth.
oh, I don't have time to read all my hate. No, we're going to get it in there for you.
Sorry.
We'll just stop it.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You hate the KVJ show.
Jason's hair looks like it's made of Brillo pads, and his body looks like it's made of lard. Would listeners really miss him if he happened to croak?
Oh, jeez.
I wouldn't.
Come on. What?
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us. You
Oh, here we
hate
go.
the
Coming Suits.
KVJ show.
Suits is a little fake-ass bitch who sucks at doing traffic. He puts on this fake radio voice that makes me want to kick him. Only thing faker is Kevin's hair.
How'd I get it twice?
We got you too!
How'd I get it twice?
KVJ show.
That sucks.
That's not fair. Come on. A couple weeks ago, we got an email from a KVJ Nation who was having a major ethical debate. Here was the email if you missed it. It said, I work at an obstetrics and gynecology office. For added COVID precautions, we are wearing masks as well as a shield, and I am in scrubs. I wear my glasses and my hair pulled back in a tight bun. I am basically unrecognizable with all my gear on. Well, this past weekend, my husband and I were planning a date night with my best friend and her new boyfriend. We live about an hour and a half from each other, so I haven't had the chance to meet this quote-unquote amazing guy that she's been seeing for the last 5 months. You could imagine how hard it was to hold back my emotion when my best friend walked in with the husband of a patient I had seen just this past week. She is currently 37 weeks pregnant and dealing with some challenges that could deem her, quote, high risk.
Oh, no.
My friend's date clearly didn't recognize me, and so I went about the dinner as best I could. I asked probing questions about where he lived and what he did for a living, and watched my friend stare at him as he charmed the table. He even took care of the entire tab. My husband was literally sad when I exploded in the car because he seemed like such a cool guy. Well, what the hell do I do? I cannot tell my friend, as technically this could be considered a violation of HIPAA. So do I destroy this woman's world at the next doctor's visit, possibly days before she has their child? Do I confront the husband of my patient? I've gone back and forth with whether I should discuss with the administrator of the practice, but ethically, what the hell is the right thing? This part of pregnancy and going into what is considered the 4th trimester is such a delicate time for a woman. Postpartum depression is a real thing, and something like this could have consequences beyond even what you can imagine. I hate this man for doing this. Any man that would choose his ego over the health and well-being of his child and the incredible human that's creating that child is truly a monster. That's what they wrote. Jen T said, look, I work at an OBGYN as well, and we have had this happen a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Right? Stay out of it. Not your business. You can get fired and sued. Okay, that's tough. So what would you do here? I know we had a lengthy discussion when we got this email weeks ago, and I just got part 2 of this yesterday, an update on what went down and what happened and how she handled it. Her email says, so I never did tell my best friend what I knew about her scumbag boyfriend. After the dinner, when she did ask me what I thought of him, I did tell her that something just wasn't right about him and that I had a bad feeling. She was completely offended and upset I wasn't being supportive, but we left it at that. Well, last week, the baby was born. It was healthy and there were no complications. The mom is doing great too. I was not on call the day the baby was born, but I was there the next day and I went to check on how they were doing. I walked into the patient room and I saw that the mom and baby were sleeping. The dad was in a chair casually playing on his phone. I said hello and started to examine the baby and read the chart. I then just blurted out, "Oh, by the way, thank you for dinner the other night. My husband and I really enjoyed the food."
Is she sure mom was sleeping?
Don't know. She thought she was.
Okay.
She said the dad just sat there with a puzzled look on his face. You know, the one when somebody's trying to connect the dots?
Yes, that's my face all the time.
So I added, yeah, I'm sure, and threw in her friend's name, will be really surprised to hear the exciting news. He didn't say a word, but his eyes were bulging out of his head. I wrote on the chart and I walked out of the room. He followed. When he caught me in the hall, he said quietly, just over my shoulder, "Look, I know I'm a piece of S-bomb." I turned around and responded, "When I see her in 6 weeks, mom and baby better be okay." He just kind of hung his head and nodded, and I left. And last night, my best friend called me and said that she hasn't heard from her boyfriend and hasn't gotten any kind of response from him in 4 days. That was since that very day at the hospital. She is heartbroken, but I know I did my best. But it just sucks that I didn't really solve anything. Well, in a sense, I think you did. You care about your best friend, and you kept her away from a scumbag. And maybe, at least maybe, right now, he'll put a little bit more focus on his baby mama and his new child and not run around and worry about philandering.
And there'll be a time in the future where maybe you can tell her what happened, but the time is not now.
Yeah.
Let this cool off, and hopefully he never reaches out to your best friend again.
Hopefully that would be it. So, do you think that was the right way to handle it, Virginia?
I kind of feel like I wouldn't have been able to keep quiet about it. I know everybody was saying, stay out of it, keep quiet. But, I mean, I probably would have done the same thing she did. You're there. You can confront him.
Right.
You can put him in his place and still not let mom know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it worked out great.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting. So thank you for the update on that. Some fascinating stuff. All right, time for a KVJ raise your hand poll here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Time to get honest.
Getting honest here. Okay, so if you have done this, you need to raise your hand. Now, if you're just listening to the show, you'll find out the percentage of the KBJ show members that have done this. We got 5 total, myself, Virginia, Jaybird, Denny's, and Suits. And then on the After the Show podcast today, we'll give you some more explanations as to not only who answered yes to what, but get a little bit more of the story behind it.
Oh, we'll get real raw.
Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever been called into a boss's office for personal disciplinary reasons. Okay. Well, that's 100%. Well, that's easy.
You know this crew.
Well, that's just easy.
We run a little hot.
The question is, who's been called in the most?
Yeah. We'll maybe sort that out on the After the Show podcast. Okay, next up. Raise your hand if you've ever gotten into a verbal fight with a police officer. Verbal fight with a police officer.
Fight with a police.
Okay. All right. That's 2 out of 5. We got 40% of the KBJ show has gotten into a verbal altercation with a police officer. Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever cheated on anybody. Ooh, scandalous. Okay. One person on the KVJ show is admitting to that. Okay, we got a bunch of very faithful people.
Are you talking about boyfriends and husbands?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, this is any relationship that you've ever been in. You were technically in a relationship and you were, you know, giving your attention to someone else.
Simmer down over there,
Same
Pennington.
Time. Okay.
Them paws
that goes to 40% of the KVJ show.
I wonder who it was.
Yeah. Who just added? Yeah. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever hitchhiked and jumped into a stranger's car. Raise your hand on that. 40% of the KVJ show has done that. Okay. And raise your hand if you've ever pooped yourself as an adult. Okay.
Wow.
Okay, 40% of the KVJ show has done that.
Hey, if you haven't yet, you're gonna.
Wow.
Oh,
It's one thing that's coming.
It's just a matter of time.
The O-ring loosens up, people,
Dang. Okay.
with age.
Gotta tell you, Gen X has been coming on here in the Battle of the Generations. Jaybird, you got yourself a big win last week over the old Gen Z, that young, spunky generation that's leading the Battle of the Generations by a good margin.
All I do is win.
Yeah. So we're going to see if you can now take the lead on the millennials. It's all tied up, 8 wins apiece.
Ooh, I'm real hungry for some millennial.
Yeah. So will you keep the win streak going or will you fall back again into last place? We need somebody here to call in. We need a millennial to jump in on this. We're looking for somebody age 26 to 39. Age 26 to 39 to represent the millennials here today. And then we're looking for somebody to represent Gen X, age 40 to 55.
What are the people called that are after the boomers? Do we just call them dead?
After the boomers?
Yeah, after
Yeah.
the boomers, not before the boomers.
I think-
boomers is, but is,
Yeah.
is there anything we call?
Are they the greatest generation?
The greatest generation is older than the boomers.
It was called the greatest generation. That was the term you would use for them.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I've got. The only thing that come to my mind. I don't know if that's right.
It goes greatest generation, boomers, then rumors.
Okay, all right.
Tumors.
Tumors. I don't know
That's all
who
they
comes
have.
after.
Is it just the deceased?
Yeah, I think so, probably. So there you go. Okay. To answer the question on what comes before the baby boomer generation,
We were just talking about this during commercial
yes,
break.
the silent generation is right preceding them, then the greatest generation.
But do you know
The
why?
silent
Why were they called the
generation.
silent generation? We were trying to figure that out.
Mimes.
Everyone was mimes.
Yes. It was the mime generation.
Was it because of silent movies? Was that involve the war?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It did.
Mimes?
Yeah.
He's going to say yes to everything.
Good, I love it. Finally,
Mm-hmm.
somebody's agreeing with me.
Yes. And then you've got going down baby boomers, Gen X. Then they have Zennials in there. That was 1975 to 1985. I don't know.
Zennials?
Zennials.
So that's technically
it
what I
says.
am.
You're a zennial?
Guess so.
What's zennial again? What's the age on that? It's the year?
1975 to 1985.
I'm a zennial.
Yeah, I think we must be the same
We're
generation.
zennials, dog. I love this.
I've never heard of it, but
Then they got the millennials, the Generation Y and Gen Next, they call them. And then you've got your Gen Z. And then the one that's coming up now, Gen Alpha. Generation Alpha. Or Gen Alpha, I guess, to be cool. You don't say generation.
Alpha sounds kind of toxic to me.
You think so?
I don't know. It needs to be canceled.
Yeah, could be.
I wonder how they come up with these names.
I don't. Who cares, Dennis?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Denny, stop interrupting Kevin.
Sorry, Kevin, as you were.
Okay, we got a battle of the generations here. It is a tie right now between millennials and Gen X at 8 apiece. So this is basically a tiebreaker. See who moves into second place, who becomes the loser generation. That's what we'll call them.
No.
Okay, we've got Mike on here from Lake Worth. He's going to be repping the millennials. What's up, Mike?
Hey, good morning, KVJ. How you guys doing?
Hey, Mike.
Good. How you doing, my man?
Really good, thank you.
And then representing our Gen X, we've got Chad here from Palm Beach Gardens. What's up, Chad?
What's going on?
Yeah, all people unite.
Yes. All right. Well, here we go. What we got is a partner for you for the millennials. It's Denny's. That's his generation he's representing. Bird has got our Gen Xers. We'll start with the younger generation and the millennials. And Mike, this question is for you. What job did Ken Jeong have before he became an actor and a comedian? 3 seconds to answer.
Doctor.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
Nailed it.
Right at
You got it.
Yeah,
Right
there
at the
you go.
buzzer.
At the buzzer, that is a 2-point answer because he got it all by himself. Strong start for these old millennials.
These millennials came to play.
Yeah, they did. Okay, let's see what Chad has got here for Generation X. Your question: what do fans of Lady Gaga affectionately call themselves, Chad?
Monsters or little monsters?
I mean, you got it, but it's after the buzzer.
Yeah, that one was because it was after the buzzer. I'll give you 1 point on that.
All right.
Okay. All right.
It's all right, Chad.
Sorry, it's a time game here. I got a lot of people Googling. People always like, Kev, you give them too much time. People are clearly Googling.
Darn Google.
Yeah, got to keep it moving here. Okay, next question we've got as the millennials lead Gen X 2-1 here. The question: what is the name of Beyonce's daughter, Mike?
Ivy.
At the buzzer.
But is that correct?
Her name is
Blue Ivy,
Ivy.
which I would have said, by the way. Blue Ivy.
I think Virginia just gave you a point.
I kind of said it at the same time to prove that I knew that one.
Okay, yeah. All right, I think we go 1 point on that.
I emailed you about turning off Virginia's microphone through half the show.
She's showing off her knowledge here.
Me and Denny's both knew that.
We did.
You did.
You have the power, Kev. You can turn off a mic.
Okay. All right, so it is 3-1. Our Gen X, they really could use a 2-pointer here. All right, the next question we got for you, Chad. What singing competition does Carson Daly host, or did he host?
Oh, you got this.
The Voice.
Oh,
Okay, got it. And fast. And fast.
Chad is bad.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got a tie at 3 apiece here.
This guy's a Chad ass.
Okay. Let's go with Mike and our millennials here. See if we can get a little bit of tie break going on here. All right, your question: what TV show did Meghan Markle appear on from 2011 to 2019, Mike?
All that.
All that is incorrect. Denny's, do you know the answer?
Was it Suits?
Yes, it was, oddly enough.
Weirdly, right? Suits.
Yeah.
It was Suits. Okay, it goes 4-3. If Chad can answer this all by himself, Gen X is going to get a win.
Oh, Chad.
Okay. All right, here we go. Your question, Chad from Palm Beach Gardens for the win for Gen X. What is Wonder Woman's real first name?
Diana.
At the
I
buzzer,
mean, it's at the buzzer.
and it's going to count. Oh, Chad with a 2-pointer.
Oh, yeah.
It is a 5-4 win. Gen X continues that hot streak, baby.
Old people unite.
There you go. Fantastic. All right, Mike, well played, buddy. Thank you.
Love you guys.
Love
Okay.
you.
Love you too.
Love
Cutie.
you too. All right, good stuff there. Man, Burr, it's got to feel good. Nice little win streak.
Feels real nice.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Is a crazy serial killer story right out of South Florida that's going national. Roberto Wagner Fernandez, they didn't even realize, was a serial killer. And the crazy thing about this is he's not really going to serve any time for the murders he committed because he died in a plane crash 16 years ago while he was traveling from Brazil to Paraguay in 2005. And now they're connecting the dots, and they believe that this Roberto Wagner Fernandez killed 21-year-old Cia Dimas of Wilton Manors, 35-year-old Kimberly Dietz Livesey of Fort Lauderdale, and Jessica Good. They say the bodies of Dimas and Dietz Livesey were found stuffed in luggage and dumped on roadsides in June and August of the year 2000, and there are possibly even more victims
Yeah, I was
they're
gonna
trying
say,
to link to him.
A lot of times, there's more victims, especially if they're zoning in on this guy now. They'll be able to possibly do some cross-referencing, but you will probably find he's got more victims.
Crazy, but what is it with South Florida and serial killers, man?
I think it's because it's easy to get in and out of here. You've got so many different types of people here. It's easy to blend in.
Wow.
You just got a lot of people, a lot of transient going on here.
So that's going to be an ongoing story as they're trying to piece it all together of what he did and how. But I guess the good news is he's not going to be killing again.
That's what is annoying, though, about some of these serial killers is they'll say, they'll have 5 murder victims they definitely got them for.
Yeah.
And then they say, I've got way many more, but I won't tell you. And then you have to assume they've got 50 other murder victims. Ted Bundy did that.
Karma got this guy. He's not saying anything. He's dead from a plane crash.
Yeah.
But you wonder, too, how many times that happens where a serial killer or a murderer does some terrible kills and then dies and no one knows whatever happened to him either.
Right, yeah.
And that goes cold.
Yeah, because he's not around, you might not have closure on some of these cases.
What a story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, a dolphin is the latest animal that was seen swimming in the floodwaters through a neighborhood in Louisiana following Hurricane Ida. Yesterday we were talking about the gators. Now it's dolphins.
Wow.
Not as intimidating.
No. But keep in mind, those dolphins are horny.
They do. They will hump humans, Virginia.
Right.
If you're lucky.
Crazy story about a woman in New Jersey calling herself the anti-vax mama on Instagram. Apparently, it was a little too obvious because she's just been busted selling several hundred fake COVID vaccination cards. She was charging about $200 for them and was selling them to people in the New York City area. They say she sold about 250 fake vaccine cards, which is a good chunk of money in recent months.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, pretty solid little business for her. And the problem is apparently she was selling some too to people working in hospitals and nursing homes.
Oh, no.
Yes. So you can see why that would be an issue. But she made $50K off selling bunk vaccination cards.
And now she's going to jail.
Yeah, she was arrested and charged with several crimes, including forgery and conspiracy. And they are getting people that are doing that, selling or using. In fact, an Illinois woman got busted for allegedly using a phony COVID vaccine card while trying to travel to Hawaii. And the big dummy misspelled Moderna as Moderna.
Instead of Moderna?
Yeah. She put Maderna instead of Moderna. And they're like, suspicious.
Big dummy.
Yeah, she's being held on $2,000 bail on accusations that she falsified vaccine documents. How about that? Well, cops near Vancouver are looking for a guy who refused to wear a mask at Dairy Queen. And then his response was to urinate on the counter when they wouldn't serve him.
Dude.
Yeah. Here's a little bit from that.
It's not a BC policy. BC policy says you have to observe exemptions.
Oh, boy.
You're a maniac.
Oh my
boy.
gosh.
You're a maniac if you're peeing in the Dairy Queen. Now you're messing in my backyard. Dairy Queen's very near and dear to my heart.
Yeah.
You go after Dairy Queen, you come after the bird.
Come on, man.
You can't. If you touch my blizzard, you die.
Yeah, I don't want to urine with my blizzard. Call me
No.
old-fashioned.
It's terrible flavor. It's a terrible flavor. Cops near Vancouver are looking for a guy who refused to... same story. A 61-year-old man in Phoenix got arrested after setting fires inside of Circle K locations.
Inside the store?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's horrifying.
Why are they attacking some of my favorite places? This is not cool. I love
Dairy Queen, Circle K?
I was raised on those.
What's next?
7-Eleven?
That's crazy. Police say he was trying to create distraction so he could steal beer.
Oh my.
You might have a drinking problem if...
Wow. There's also a Virginia man facing arson and other charges for allegedly starting a fire in a convenience store when his credit card was declined. What the heck are these guys doing?
I'm telling you, people are going crazy.
They
Kev.
really are, yeah.
They're getting squirrelier and squirrelier. You best just stay home.
And now they got a story here. Police are looking for 3 guys who attacked a guy during a party in Ithaca, New York, and stole his wallet and a plate of cookies.
And a plate of cookies? This is really... this whacked out news really hitting close to home for me.
What the heck is going on here? Another story, too, of a 22-year-old motorcyclist in Clearwater got arrested on Saturday after leading police on a high-speed chase. They said he was trying to show off for his date, who was also on the bike. This was their first date. She apparently did not appreciate it and was not impressed. And when you pull up his previous rap sheet, you got convictions for cocaine possession, grand theft, and passing a counterfeit check. So
I mean, you do go faster on your motorcycle when you're on the cocaine.
that's true.
It helps.
Life, I think, just goes faster, doesn't it?
Crazy story. Maybe you saw this over the weekend. There was a banner flying behind a plane in Pembroke Pines that said, "Jew, I have a question." People are calling the Anti-Defamation League to find out what the heck is going on, thinking it was some kind of hate speech behind a plane. Apparently what it was a marriage proposal. Turns out it was a guy proposing to a girl who has the nickname Jew. Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they said. It's what they had on Channel 7 is the explanation. So
All right.
maybe it's Local 10 that had that. So I don't know. Who knows? Oh, this is kind of crazy. Kansas City, they do really cool Halloweens. When I was there in the mid-'90s, they had an area, it's called the Meatpacking District, and it was basically it was kind of like down at the bottom of the hill, the way Kansas City was set up. And they had all these old meatpacking plants. So it was like an industrial type thing, but it was brick, these kind of old brick buildings that were abandoned.
Okay.
And they
abandoned.
Abandoned, and they would turn them into haunted houses. And these were haunted houses. It was a massive deal. They were open up all month, maybe almost 2 months. And I remember, because we'd always have to interview them on the radios, big things, they would pour at least $1 million, if not a couple million, into these things.
Wow.
It was their version of
Halloween Horror Nights. It
yeah.
was no joke. So, yeah, now this year they're going to be doing a Halloween pop-up bar in an actual morgue. I guess
In the morgue?
Yes, in the morgue.
Is that legal?
When you go in, they're going to hand you a lantern, and then you'll have to descend down into an underground bar.
Is this a working morgue or is it an old school morgue?
I would hope it's an old school morgue because,
We've tried to get me in morgues a few times here, just doing a few bits and some segments.
Yeah.
And it always gets
Has to be.
It gets so close to there, like, oh, we can do it, and then the head of the morgue says, nope, you can't do it. It's
Yeah.
very hard to get into these things.
you think you got a cocktail onion, it's an eyeball.
I get it,
Yeah.
though. I mean, they should keep the morgue like a safe space.
Well, I wasn't trying to do anything goofy. I was trying to do a little seance.
Oh, okay.
Like a ghost thing. There was one that was
Right.
supposedly haunted.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that'd been great. But it was so close to happening, and then they shut it down at the last second.
You always trying to get possessed.
Who says I'm not already?
It would actually explain a few things. Coming up here on the KVJ show, I wanted to see if I could match this challenge here. Do you remember what your significant other was wearing the first time that you met them? Now, I've always said this, and I've recapped the story. Virginia, you were with me.
I was
the
with
first
you.
time that I met the Mexican Queen, so you can vouch for this.
Oh.
And
You think Hammered Pants over here is gonna remember?
well, I mean, I don't think we
Hammered
really even,
pants and hamburger hands.
yeah, I don't think we'd even really started drinking at that point. I think we were just getting ready to order.
It was lunch.
Yeah,
but
lunch, yeah.
but it was lunch. She was definitely hammered.
We had gone there.
From the WRMO Amateur and Living Accident
Hey,
Attorneys.
hey, stop that.
We had gone there for lunch. We got there a little bit early.
And I remember like her walking in. I was like, good heavens, because it just was, she caught my attention.
Did she look? Did you guys lock eyes? Did
Well,
she notice you?
I saw her walking in the doorway. This is at Sailfish Marina.
Yes.
And so the light was shining behind her. It was just really kind of like a movie moment. And she was with one of her girlfriends, and both of them were just like way overdressed for Sailfish Marina. They kind of like stood out, and The Sopranos was big at the time, and they looked like they stepped right off the set of Sopranos.
Well, they came to catch a man, and it worked.
Yes. Yeah, I was caught in the snare of the Mexican Queen, no doubt.
She reeled you right in,
Oh, yeah,
and you
she
were
did.
loving it.
Yeah, and so I remember it was kind of like a nice tropical, multicolored, very colorful, kind of like bodysuit is what she was wearing. Now, the big question is, does the Mexican Queen agree? Do I have the same memory that she does about what she was wearing the day we met? Now, do you remember what Panda was wearing the day that you met him, Virginia?
I think he was wearing a shirt that had the logo of his television station.
You're right, because I remember the first time y'all met each other.
Yeah.
You guys were swooning because he was filming something.
Yeah,
And
he was at a Little Smiles event covering it, and I was there as the MC of it. And so we were both like the crew.
She was randomly talking about my friend's hair. I go, what is going on here?
I called Jay Bird. I'm like, hey, tell me about your friend.
Yeah, they're both trying to be so slick. I go, what are you guys doing? Okay, I'll matchmake. I got it.
So how are our memories? Are we both right? In fact, somebody texted in and said, you should ask Jaybird what Denny's was wearing the first time those two lovebirds met.
I do. I remember.
Do
He's
you
wearing the same shirt he's wearing today.
Okay.
Just kidding. I love that guy.
What are you trying to say? He's got like 4 shirts?
It hurts me to rip on Denny. He's so sweet.
It is painful.
I do want to know, does he remember what Jen was wearing?
Oh,
That is a good question.
Because
Yeah.
they're married.
Yeah. We'll have to get to that and sort that out. You say, Virginia, you remember with Panda, and you're trying to say that it was a TV station shirt. Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, Panda, do you remember what you were wearing the day you met the very sweet and beautiful Virginia?
Good morning, Kev. Yes, I do. I kind of had a standard go-to uniform that I would wear. I was working weekends at the time, so she nailed it. I had on my dark navy blue, WPBF polo shirt with some khaki shorts.
Okay.
And did she have a witch's dress on? Because I'm betting $50 that she did.
So what's funny is, it was August 2010. I remember going to the event. It was a Little Smiles event. We were covering for our friend Courtney Wolf, and I was interviewing Courtney when I met Virginia and Magnolia. They were both at this event out in Wellington, and Virginia was wearing like a black sundress that had little colorful flowers on it with white piping on the dress. Mags had on a pair of jeans with these little girl heels, which kind of made me giggle because I was like, what little girl wears heels?
Mag's been working it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fashion show event, and I believe Max had on a pink top with the jeans.
Wow. You're going to make Kevin and Denny's look real bad.
He's a detail man.
Good heavens.
I mean, you're talking about really odd details.
Wow. And Virginia, he's right on all this?
Yeah, I think he is right.
Jeez.
She don't remember.
Yes.
Wow. What did you do yesterday? There's a better question. What did you do yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Wow. Well, nice job there, Panda. Way to knock it out of the park. He set the bar so high.
He did.
Okay. Well, I got to show off a little bit myself. I remember vividly when the Mexican Queen walked into Sailfish Marina. We were there with a friend of ours, Tommy, and he had said all these girls are coming out, and these 2 amazing-looking women are standing in the doorway. They were just dressed to the nines, in fact, overdressed for Sailfish Marina. And my wife walked in, and boom, immediately I'm like, man, she's one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life. She's wearing this very colorful bodysuit.
How'd y'all start talking? Because you guys didn't know each other, right?
Well, because of our friend
They
Tommy,
came,
he had
and Tommy,
invited. Yeah.
Tommy called the hotties.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, come meet this radio guy, my friend Kevin.
He's a power player.
He's a power
And
man.
I didn't even know this is all like that kind of like a little setup. And so it was, and sat down. I remember the Mexican Queen and I, we shared a Niçoise salad. And then we just, we were inseparable from that mark. I mean, we spent the entire day and night together, and it was amazing.
How long did it take for y'all to have your first kiss? Because, I mean, you're eating salad together.
Oh, Ralston laid it on her that day.
Really?
Oh, you know he did?
I don't know. I don't know that we did on the first day. Now, I think I've got absolutely everything correct. Pretty much even just, I think she was wearing some kind of heels and things like that. So, I mean, I can do what Panda did as well. I don't want to completely show off. But yeah, I think I got it. Am I completely right here, Mexican Queen?
I mean, you're right as far as I was wearing heels.
Yeah.
We definitely were overdressed because, I mean, Tommy definitely lied to us.
Wait, how did he lie to you? What did he say?
Well, because he was first of all, he didn't even tell us we were going to meet to go to lunch with people. It was just he was trying to get with my friend because she was like one of those supermodels. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to take you to some yacht club. And we're like, all right, cool. Like $1 million yacht. And we're like, all right, cool. So, we dressed like, we were going to meet millionaires. And
how depressing. How you meet a radio DJ?
You got Kevin. Where's the yacht?
You really went the other way.
What a letdown. I wonder what that look of disappointment was in your eyes.
Well, first of all, I mean, it was hot, too. And we're like, do they not have air conditioning in here? And I mean, it was just...
kind of open air. So I got it right with the multicolored bodysuit?
It wasn't a bodysuit. I was wearing a dress.
Oh, damn.
Stop talking, Ralston. Just go back to the heels. You were wearing heels.
Wait, are you sure there's a dress?
Yeah, I'm positive. Yeah, because we were thinking we were going on a yacht. I wasn't going to wear a bodysuit. I mean, like, we thought we were going to end up on like some multi-million-dollar yaght. And, like,
okay, but it was a real tight dress. It kind of looked like a bodysuit, right?
Yeah, it was a fitted dress.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, showed off them curves.
Oh yeah.
Ralston liked it.
Did we kiss on the first day?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
I mean, what?
Not even close.
You don't need to say it like that.
No.
Not at all.
Jeez. How about like unfortunately not? I mean, that would have been a better way of phrasing it, maybe.
The only thing she was missing was ew. No, not at all. Ew.
But I do remember one, like, you were like, hammered, and you had on this, like, flyaway, like, it is button-down shirt that, like, it was kind of like those basketball shorts that you could just rip apart.
Yeah.
And I remember at one point you ripped your shirt apart. I was like, ew.
No, wait, hold on. Wait.
You ripped off your shirt?
No,
yeah, I opened it, and I was like,
Ralston.
All right. I'm not enjoying this conversation.
There's Ralston ribs.
No, it's like a snap shirt. Yeah.
Check out my nipples? What were you doing?
Wait, so you were like, ooh, like when I did that?
I mean, you were like you weighed like $110.
That's how you showed off them ribs.
All right, okay.
Try to do a roast over
Yeah,
here.
really.
Aren't you glad?
I thought this was going to be a sweet moment of, wow, Kevin really pays attention to his wife. And
you were so pumped. Like, I got nailed it. Nah, with the heels.
Bodysuit.
I don't want to show off for you guys.
all of a sudden, I found out my wife was so disappointed and disgusted. And no, we did not kiss on the first day.
Damn.
Ew, no.
Well, thank you for bringing that into clearer focus there, Kim. All right. Nice talking to you.
right.
Okay.
Bye.
All right.
That go like you wanted?
Nope, not at all. That was a complete.
You think he would
That
learn?
was a complete strikeout. That was a massive fail. I mean, look at Panda over here.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I knew there's no way you could have duplicated that awesome
No.
Bowie. He really nailed it. He knew Mags' details.
He's got it all.
He just does everything right.
I'd like to see Denny's fail. I'm afraid to put him on, though. He'll probably succeed, too. I'm going to be the only loser around here.
Denny's?
Denny's, do you remember what Jen was wearing when you met her?
Yeah, I think he
Oh,
does.
here he
I
comes.
think he does.
Gosh.
Oh, Kevin.
I don't know if I want. Do you remember?
I do.
Set the scene.
geez.
Set the scene.
Well, so Jen and I, we knew each other for maybe like a year and a half before we even considered dating.
She wanted it.
So, yeah. So the first time I met her, she had just gotten off one of her shifts, so she was wearing a jean, t-shirt, and an apron. So I remember all of that.
Okay.
And that was the first time I met her. But I mean, as far as dating, I mean, it was years later. And if I'm thinking, because I was living long distance, so I didn't get to ask her out while seeing what she was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
But when she picked me up, it was chilly. She had like a black coat on.
Okay.
When she picked me up from the airport, so I remember that.
Oh, she picked you up from the airport. That's romantic.
When I flew back, yes.
Did you fly back for her?
I did. So I drove back a bunch of my stuff and then flew back to Colorado, drove back another load of my stuff.
Okay.
And then I flew back.
Jeez, Kev, he nailed the first time you met her, and he nailed it when it comes to the airport.
Wow. Every man on this show cares except Kevin.
Gosh. Did you kiss her on the first date?
First date, I believe we did kiss. We
Get it, Denny.
kind of got at it a little bit.
All right.
In the airport?
No.
You and Panda kissing the first date?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had been talking for over a year, so.
I'm glad everybody just had a perfect time the first time they met their partner. I'm glad they were so enthusiastic when they saw them and they were so attracted to you they just couldn't help but make out.
Everybody had a mutual attraction except you.
I'm glad it all went so well for you guys. All right, this thing's over. Okay, well, if life is not treating you great, there is a site to make you feel a little bit better. It's My Life is what you go to, see some interesting posts. And I was on there, and it's kind of interesting because people can kind of rate, how your post is. Do you get sympathy, or did you maybe bring it on yourself? There's two of the different ways you can vote on the FML website. So if things are going a little bit off, you can feel a little bit better, too, just going on there and reading. Somebody said, today I added the wrong reaction to a Facebook post using the laughing smiley instead of the hug.
Oh, boy.
And I only noticed 2 hours later when my friend wouldn't talk to me because she thought I found the fact that her dog died funny.
Oh, damn.
I've done it many a times on social media.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it gets tricky on the timeline, Kev.
Yes. So he said, today I received an email telling me the job offer I got last week was rescinded. Apparently, the memes I share on my Instagram page are tasteless and don't fit the company's values. I forgot my profile is public, FML.
You can get in trouble with the memes you share and even the tweets that you retweet. And they won't be your words. I've heard people getting in trouble just by retweeting.
Mm-hmm.
You got to wipe all that stuff clean.
Yeah. How are you not going through your social media?
You got to.
Yeah.
If you're out there in the game and you're filling out employment applications, just know they all look at that now. They look at your social media. They go through it with a fine-tooth comb. They even go back and look at old stuff.
Well, especially if you were a douche back when you were 16 on Twitter.
Yeah.
Go back. Look up.
Somebody said, today I woke up at 2 a.m. hungry and I ate some of the peppered chips that were on my nightstand, totally unaware that they were covered in ants. And by the way, that wasn't peppered. Oh, my gosh.
You ate a bunch of ants?
Oh.
You didn't realize?
We got an ant problem, first of all. We have to deal with that. Second of all, it's good protein.
Wow. Somebody else said, today my cat woke me up by vomiting a big, warm, stinky hairball on my neck and then left. It was almost like the cat was smiling as she trotted away. FML.
Some animals do that.
Some do.
Some cats are just like that.
I swear, the animals know when they mess with you. That one rat that was in my place, I could swear that it winked at me.
Somebody else posted up on the FML website. They said, today, as somebody with a large chest, I'm used to sometimes finding food in my clothes at the end of the day. However, when I took off my bra today, I found half a dead cockroach. FML.
Oh, half? Well,
Half?
Did you eat it?
I did the boobs chop it in half? Did you not feel that?
Oh, my gosh.
That's an M. Night Shyamalan twist ending. I did not see that coming. I thought you were going to say she found a taco or something.
Yeah. Somebody else said, today at my gender reveal party, my daughter threw a huge temper tantrum and knocked over tables and chairs screaming, F this S-bomb, when the reveal came out pink. She's 5.
She wanted a brother.
Oh, man. F this S-bomb.
I'm the only girl. You can't have another girl.
Wow. And somebody else put up, today an attractive guy asked me to get coffee with him. My response was, I don't drink coffee. I just turned down the first guy to ask me out in 3 months, FML.
Oh, dummy.
It wasn't about the coffee. Get a brownie.
It wasn't about the coffee.
No.
Get an orange juice.
Whoops. Oh, well. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, we got tickets to check out Jeff Ross. He's going to be at the Dania Improv this weekend. He's the roast master. Very, very funny dude.
He roasted me and Denny's at his the show he had in West Palm a few years ago.
Yeah, he's fantastic. He's absolutely one of my favorites. He's got the Netflix special Bumpin' Mics. It's really good. I just love when people rip on each other, and he does that very well on there. We got some tickets for you if you can put this in the right order and tell us whose post is it. Okay, which member of the KVJ show posted this on social media? Why can't every day be Saturday? It's the best day ever, and Saturday day drinking rocks hard.
Gosh, that could be so many of us.
That's all of us.
Yes. Somebody else posted up, sometimes I wish I was a manatee. They look so peaceful. Then I remember I suck at swimming, and I probably end up drowning. It's not so peaceful being dead. Okay. It's an interesting post.
That person was drinking.
Oh, yeah. And they were definitely high.
Somebody else said, just christened the new place with a great dinner and the dankest of blunts. Hashtag good vibes. Who posted that? And this one says, I just noticed that part of my molar was missing. Where did it go? Is it bad to eat your teeth? Okay. So who posted what? If you can get all those right, you got tickets to see Jeff Ross at the Dania Improv, 877-979-WRMF. Well, people are saying that Jeff Ross was great when he opened up for Dave Chappelle at Hard Rock Live.
Well, Jeff Ross is funny.
He's very good. You've seen him on All the Roasts, which are one of the best things that they've done on Comedy Central. They do those.
Oh, yeah. The other thing, too, when I went to his show, he was standing outside the front of the Improv just talking to random people before he even went on.
Yeah. He's a very cool dude.
You never
yeah.
see people do that.
No,
He was just chill.
Yeah, he was just chilling.
Yeah,
That's
he's
cool.
a good dude on top of it. Yeah. So we got tickets this weekend. He is going to be at the Dania Improv, new Dania Improv. He's only going to be the third comedian that's been there so far. We had Steve-O in last week. He was there over the weekend. Candy's on here from Port St. Lucie. See if she can get this correct, if you can tell us whose post is it. First one here, Candy. Who posted this on the KVJ show? Myself, Jay Bird, Denny's. Junior, what do you think? Why can't every day be Saturday? It's the best day ever, and Saturday day drinking rocks hard. Who do you think posted that up?
That would be Virginia.
Okay.
What makes you say that?
You know it.
All right. What about this one?
I listen to you guys every day.
This should be pretty easy then. Sometimes I wish I was a manatee. They look so peaceful. Then I remember that I can't swim. I probably
That
end up
would be
drowning.
Jason.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Not so peaceful being dead.
Manatee deaths are up this year. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
We're waiting for Virginia to get real
Thanks for
depressing
that,
today.
yeah. They are. How about this one? Just christened the new place with a great dinner and the dankest of blunts. Hashtag good vibes.
And that would be Denny's.
And I just noticed that part of my molar was missing. Where did it go? Is it bad to eat your teeth?
And that's you, Kevin.
Ah, very nice. Candy, that was absolutely amazing. You were perfect. You've got tickets to go see Jeff Ross at the Dania Improv coming up this weekend, okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. We got tickets for that all the rest of the week, too.
And it's brand new, so it's real fancy, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're giving out tickets. We got to figure out how we're giving them out tomorrow and Friday when the Kevin Ralston is out.
That's
okay.
right.
Yeah. Yep. I'm heading back to Ohio tomorrow morning, so I'll be there. So you guys are going to be holding down the fort for me.
Do you know what time you leave tomorrow?
I do. I leave at about like 6 a.m.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'm one of those people. I do the early flights. I like getting in there. There's not a lot of people there.
I'm with you.
Not as much hustle and bustle. And, I mean, with the hours we work, being at the airport at 6 a.m. is not a big deal for me.
My sister's flying out tomorrow at 6 a.m. as well.
No way.
She's not going to Ohio. She's going back to Louisiana.
Maybe I'll run into her.
I know. Y'all should share a coffee.
Yeah, that's right. Because are they not doing booze now? Like, what do I need to know about flying? Because I haven't flown since the pandemic. Now, I know masks, they want you to wear that. That
Yep.
I got.
You got to wear it all the whole time you're traveling, in the airport and on the plane.
You don't need any kind of negative COVID test or a vaccine card, do you?
No.
Okay. So I'm good on that. So that's fine. The booze thing, yeah, I don't think that they opening up any of the bars before you get onto the flight?
Yes. So you
They
can get a
are.
drink in a restaurant there at the airport. There's not any alcohol served on the plane.
Wow.
That is good to know.
Yeah,
Not that I'm flying anytime soon.
I think everybody's so squirrely. You can't be giving people alcohol on the plane. They're already liquored up when they get on the plane because they just drank like 8 drinks as fast as they could at the airport bar.
Yeah, but some of us can handle our liquor on the plane. It shouldn't ruin it for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what I need to know. If there's anything else, if anybody else has flown, because I am definitely going to be keeping an eye out for all these people who've been getting squirrely. And I'm just going to watch and be like, look, I'm already one of those people like, all right, let's not make eye contact. Let's just keep my head down and keep moving.
I was going to say, if it goes down on the plane, start filming.
Yes, we need to go viral.
And maybe throw some ice at him just to kind of kick it up a little bit.
Okay, throw a little ice at him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a good video.
All right. Well, if you're going to be hanging out in South Florida this weekend, there's some new restaurant deals that are going. In fact, starting today, they've got Flavor Palm Beach is going to be kicking off in 45 different restaurants. They have got day deals for the entire month of September. Lunches start at $23, dinner at $39, and you can go to restaurants that you normally be like, I don't know, it's a little bit steep. They say the reservations you can get at flavorpb.com. Go on there on the website and check it out. And this year's campaign is going to be benefiting the Palm Beach County Food Bank.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's something good on top of it. They also have Miami Spice that is going on through the end of this month with 140 different restaurants if you go to miamibeaches.com.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
But you can't taste nothing.
I know. I think that's why these stories hit close to home. I'm really zoned in. Not that I'm not always zoned in on your food talk, but
you're craving it.
It's really, I'm really dialing in.
You're really in there, huh? Yeah. They say that 51% of Americans leave around $15.3 billion in value on gift cards every year. And that's why they love selling gift cards.
Yeah.
I just found a Publix gift card that our boss gave us that I forgot to use it.
They say it adds up to about $116 per person.
Then I've gotten a gift card where I've tried to use it, and someone only gave me $11.13 on it, and I was going to go try to buy something that was $20. I go, sorry, sir, there's not enough on your card.
Somebody gave you a used gift card.
That is the most broke down gift.
That is. That is very broke down. Well, and you can see why these restaurants love it. For what he's saying is, imagine that you've got a gift card and you've only got $20 on it. What you want to get is $30. That's $10 that you wouldn't have spent. Plus, they already made the $20 for it. You know, it makes a lot of sense. They say the reason why people aren't using their gift cards: 1, they expired; 2, they lost them; or 3, the business went under.
Oh, that's right.
Dang. How about that? So
probably got some cards in there right now.
Remember when you bought that Olive Garden pass and never used it, you big dope?
Right.
He paid like $200.
I gotta admit, no, I think it was 130 or 140.
Yeah.
And I had every intention of going to Olive Garden, but I realized it wasn't even about the food. It was about just having that card, the power.
Hey, there was some power in it. Yeah, you did have a little bit more pep in your step.
I walked around these parts with a major swag in
You
my
showed it
step.
to chicks at the bar.
Oh, they got so turned on.
Oh, yeah. They say when it comes to tipping for takeout, 67% of people still leave a tip if they're picking up food.
I do now because I feel like they're working hard, and the servers had to go through the pandemic and probably didn't have any money coming in for months and months. The least you can do is leave them 15, 20%.
I always tip. I know this is such a controversial topic.
Yeah.
But if they leave a tip thing, I'm usually putting something down there. That's what I do.
Yeah. They say most tippers leave 10 to 15%, but around 1 in 3 tip even more than that. Only 33% said that they never leave a tip or they don't order takeout. So
I don't trust either one of those kind of people.
I got something yesterday, and there's a new trick when you go to tip, when they turn the screen around to face you. It used to go 10% is all the way on the left, then the next box over is 15%, and then the final box is 20%. They flipped them at this place, and so I just automatically, from muscle memory, clicked the first box.
Oh, yeah.
Be careful.
Oh, yeah, and I've noticed, too, on some of the food apps where they have the tip, they set it to the highest one. That's already set. I think they've got up to 30% you can do. And if you're not careful and you just hit, you're going to be giving 30% away.
If you're going fast,
If you're going fast.
you got to stop, slow down, and read it. I mean, I got a drink, and it was pre-made in a can already. So, I mean, really, I got to tip 20% on a drink that I served myself?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, I'll have Suits put up a quick KVJ TV poll. Are you tipping on takeout? Yes or no? We'll post that up there. If you want to jump into our chat room, you can always do that. Just go to YouTube, look for the KVJ show, and you can sound off. Okay, are you tipping on takeout? Yes or no? According to a national poll, 67% still leave a tip if they're picking up food. 33% never leave a tip or they just don't ever order takeout. Whereas KVJ set, pretty much about the same. 68% are saying yes. They tip on takeout. 32% are saying no. So we're pretty much right there. So I guess that's a pretty accurate little poll they did there. So just to let you know, see where the odds are. People also let me know, too, I'm going to be flying tomorrow back to the old hometown to see what that is all about.
Have you flown since the whole fun COVID pandemic?
I have not. And that's why I'm just like, what do I need to expect?
It's weird.
It is.
I didn't like it. It's just weird.
Yeah, I figure it is. And that's why I didn't want to go through the experience. And we really have... We just haven't brought ourselves to jump on a plane. There's been like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to... And then we get to it, we're like, no, I just don't feel like it. And this, obviously, I have no options.
Right.
So I got to get on a plane.
You can't miss your mother's funeral.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to have to suck it up and get going. So what do I expect? Some of the comments coming in. Somebody said, I've flown out of Orlando several times over the past few months and out of Lauderdale once. Security lines have been pretty long. The flights were uneventful, and most people were respectful. The stewardess do try to get people to exit the aircraft by row, but people still jumped up and into the aisle prematurely. I guess people are just going to do that. Somebody else said, we just flew Delta out of PBI to Michigan and back last week. Delta Sky Lounge in the airport was open and serving at full bar. On the plane, they were serving as well.
Oh.
All right.
Nice. Drank some Sweetwater 420 on both flights. Oh, that's a great beer out of Atlanta.
That's cool.
Somebody said, I flew United 2 weeks ago, and they serve beer and wine.
Wow.
Okay.
What are you flying?
Yeah, American.
American.
I believe, right? Is that what you?
Yeah.
That's what you booked me. Yeah.
That's what I found you was the best rate was on American. Yeah.
It sounds like if you want to dabble in the fire water, you got to do that before you get on the plane. It sounds like the most you can get is beer and wine.
You're going to be smuggling Fireball in your underwears at 5 a.m.
Somebody said just stop by duty free before you board and pick up a few small bottles and make your own cocktail.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the way I get on a plane, I'm pre-gaming at Club Bird for a good hour or two.
Yeah. And somebody said Spirit and JetBlue sell alcohol still in flights. I just flew to New York, so.
Oh, this is good news.
Yeah, it really is. You're right. Because isn't it terrible to fly sober, Virginia?
I won't do it.
Who would ever? Oh, we got that after the show podcast. It is going to be coming up here today. It's going to be full of some very interesting stories as we give you explanations from today's Raise Your Hand poll, talking about everybody on the show who's been called into a boss's office for personal discipline reasons.
I mean, there's a lot of stories.
Yeah, there's
that could take up the whole podcast.
I think there's one person on this show that has the most.
You do?
Yes.
Okay. You want to throw out any names?
I think it's me.
Really?
I do.
I'm jealous. It kind of gives you like credibility.
I don't know if it does. I'm just going back from my.
You got problems with authority?
From 2004 to. Yeah, I think it's me.
Bird fights authority.
No. He's a loner, Dottie, a rebel.
I'm misunderstood, man. I'm misunderstood.
Who has gotten into a verbal fight with police officers? 40% of the KVJ show has done that. Who's cheated on people? 40% of the KVJ show has done that. 40% is hitchhiked. And who are the ones that have pooed themselves as an adult? 40% of KVJ show has done that. So we've got some interesting explanations. All right, Jaybird, lay it all out for us, my man. Your thought for the day.
You can be the cheesiest, tastiest pizza in the world, and there's still going to be somebody who hates pizza.
Who is that person?
They're SOB.
Yes. That's right, they are.
The KVJ Show on 97.9.